First of all, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, I guess. At least I'll be releasing it on Christmas Eve. It's about like the 25th or something, 23rd. No, it's 22nd, I think. I don't know. But it's before Christmas Eve. It'll be released on Christmas Eve. You're watching this now, I guess. That's one. Number two, I just came from the doctor, and I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And I didn't know how to feel about it. I was like, could this have happened? He said, there's a number of ways it could have happened. Is there anything you could have, it could happen at random even. But if you think something was done to cause that, what do you think could have been? And I sat there for about an hour to talk to my doctor. I sat there for an hour just thinking. And I came back to him, and something came to me, and I came back to him, and I said, all right, is it possible that it could be this? I showed him a playlist on my YouTube playlist, and it had the YouTube Rewind and the HuffPost video of Baby It's Cold Outside. And I said, could it be this? And he looked at it, and he looked at both videos too, and he now has stage 4 cancer. So I apologize to that doctor for doing that. I apologize to you, Mr. Kevorkian, for ever giving you such a disease. I apologize to you. Sorry. So I'm gonna further add to the tumors in my chest by watching this video in its entirety and reacting to every single thing in it. That's a pretty poor, tasteless joke, but hey, whatever. Come on, this song is cancerous. This video is cancerous, not the song. The video is cancerous. Here we go. By the way, I did not know the name of that movie that I put in that SJWs is Cold Outside video was Neptune's Daughter. I had no idea the name of that movie. So.
Recently, we've woken up to the song's more date rapey undertone.
Here we go. Right out the gate, we've woken. She's woke. Get woke, go broke, bitch. Yeah, and they certainly got broke, too. Fucking, the only thing broke about them right now is that dislike button. Fuck. It's like 2.9 to 3,000 dislikes last I checked. And there's like 230-something likes. They got broke, bitch.
Tones.
I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
But Baby It's Cold Outside is still...
Yeah, I mean, in a certain context, it does seem that way, but that's not what the hell is happening in this scene at all.
Everywhere during the holiday season. And some are trying to save the song's reputation. A common excuse is, oh...
That's just how people talked back then. It's a sign of the times.
But if you dig...
Did you have to get this little...
That's just how people talked back then. It's a sign of the times.
Did you have to get this cuckold? What did you dig him up from? You dig this little cuckold from... It looks like he should be watching his girlfriend getting railed in front of him. Not even in front of, right over him. She's like squatted over him, and this black bull is just railing her. And he just the black dude just jizzes right in his face. Not even accidental, just on purpose. Like, hey, fuck you. He's like, oh my God. Oh no. This is all just in tears. Because she enjoys it more than she ever enjoyed him. Ugh, what are you?
But if you dig a little bit deeper, it becomes clear that the male...
No, you're not digging deeper. You're grasping at straws. That's what you're doing. You're not digging deeper, but go ahead.
Character was always intended to be a predator.
Really? Let's hear this story. Okay. Date rape
In the original sheet music, the characters aren't...
First of all, let me go right up to say that apparently Frank Losier, I can't pronounce that guy's last name, but he intended it to be written, and it was supposed to be sung by him and his wife. And apparently he sold the song to MGM, and that's why it's in that movie, Neptune's Daughter. So.
Original sheet music, the characters aren't written as man and woman or him and her.
Mm-hmm.
It's wolf and mouse, hunter and hunted, stalker and victim.
Okay, but do you ever happen to mention the fact that later on in the song, there's like, I'm screenshotting that for the potential. That's a potential screenshot. Potential thumbnail, I mean. Did she ever mention the fact that the same song features a man and a woman, and it's like the roles are reversed? So in the scene, in the video, they keep showing, the clip they keep showing is with Ricardo Montalban, and I don't know who the other woman is. I think that's Julie Garland, it looks like. I'm not sure who it is, really. But it's the guy trying to get the woman to stay. And on the other side, in fact, I'll go there right now. On the other end...
But it's cold outside.
I really can't
But
stay.
baby, it's cold outside.
So, there you go.
I've got to go away.
Look, she's a predator.
This evening has
No, she's a predator. Look.
Hoping that you drop me.
She's an evil predator. She's a stalk. She's date raping you. Oh no, that doesn't count. It's all about what's between her legs. That makes it date rapey. Okay, fuck off.
Hunter and hunted, stalker and victim. Now,
And that's not even what the song is about. That's what kills me.
in an effort to make the song more palatable, the gender roles are increasingly being reversed. Like
It was reversed in the movie. But see, okay, go ahead.
most recently with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Lady Gaga, or even Michael Bublé and Miss Piggy.
Excuse me, Miss Piggy's a Muppet. What the fuck? It's a Muppet. Are you serious? Think Michael Bublé is gonna look? What are you thinking, HuffPost? Good God.
But let's face it, not even Mother Monster or a Muppet can make this.
First of all, the fact that you called her Mother Monster, and secondly, what is that tattooed on your on your wrist? Fight the patriarchy. I want to also point out that this video was from 2017, so this thing wasn't. So the example she brought up just now wasn't recent. This was like from last year. So, but it's been brought up a year later, so might as well talk about it.
Any better.
I've got to get home.
But baby, it freezes out there.
Say, lend me a coat.
It's up to your knees out there.
Yeah, if you frame it that way, yeah, it does look date rapey, but that's not the context in which it was in the movie at all.
The host ignores his lady friend's request for a coat to try and force her to stay the night.
No.
He's denying her the agency to make her own decision to leave.
No, she actually doesn't want to leave. She wants to stay there. But this was you. And first of all, it's funny they brought up it's a sign of the times. Like that's the common excuse that it's a sign of the times. But what they don't realize is that back in those times, it's considered kind of whorish or slutty to stay at a man's house. That's how it was back then. You know, you stayed over at a man's house. It's like, oh my God, you whore. Oh, you know, that's what it was back then. Sorry. I know you don't live in that era. None of us did really. But that's what it was. She doesn't want people. In fact, later in the song, she says the neighbors might think, you know, it's like, oh, maybe they'll think I'm a slut or something or some sort of whore. You know, slut shaming. You know, I bet you're against that, aren't you? Fucking cottage cheese moonface cunt. Shut up.
The neighbors might think.
There you go. That's what she's saying. The neighbors might think. They might think, she's worried the neighbors will sit here and think she's a fucking whore or something. Because she stayed over at this guy's house. That's what it was in the 40s, whatever year this came out in.
Baby, it's bad out there.
Say what's in this drink.
No caps to be had out there.
What's
Oh,
in this drink? Could the seasonal scumbag date rape alarm be going off any louder right now?
Let me point out that that's not. See, again, it's all about the context. If you put it in that context, that's what it seems like. But that's not what she's meant. First of all, roofies, quaaludes, and all this other shit wasn't a thing in the 40s. Wow, what an idiot this woman is. That's not what this. That's not what it was. She's talking about alcohol. She's not talking about drugs. What is wrong with you? Oh shit! She went there. Okay. She wants to stay. She doesn't want to be held. She doesn't want to be seen as a whore the next morning for staying at a guy's house. But she wants to leave. She doesn't want to be seen that way. But she wants to stay. She can't explain why. But that's why she goes, "What's in this drink? What's in this drink?" Like she's using it as an excuse as a excuse for why she really wants to stay there. And it's like, no, you want to stay there because you really like this guy, you know. But no, it's all a date rape thing. That's all it is. Like, lady, you serious? And here's more proof to how poorly made this video is.
What's in this drink?
So the subtitle says, "Could the seasonal scumbag date rape alarm be screaming any louder right now?" And she says,
"Could the seasonal scumbag date rape alarm be going off any louder right now?"
So who the hell wrote these subtitles? So either the subtitles were written before or after this idiot recorded this video. Good God.
This feels less romantic date and more nightmare starring Bill Cosby.
Yeah, of course you bring up Bill Cosby. I hate you right now. Ugh, you and your droopy stroke face. Ugh. She has a droopy stroke face. Shut up.
I ought to say no, no, no.
Mind if
sir.
I move in closer?
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense of hurting my pride?
Even
Go ahead.
she says no 3 times, the guy still advances.
Okay, let me explain something to you, 35-year-old virgin. She doesn't say no. She says, I ought to say no. She's not saying, no, I don't want to be with you right now. Let me just leave. He's not going to fucking clock her on the back of the head and throw her in the closet and just lock her up there for the rest of her life. She said, I ought to say no. She wants to leave. But because she doesn't want to be seen as a whore, so she wants to leave. But she's like, I ought to say no. Like, ought to say no, meaning, I should say no, but, yeah, I guess so, maybe. And he doesn't, and I believe in the original song, he doesn't advance, like, he doesn't just randomly advance on her like, yes. No means yes, bitch. Like, he acts like, mind if I move in closer? Like, what? Oh, wow. This is where we are in our world. We're turning a innocent song into a fucking violent crime.
And then when she doesn't consent, it's all about his hurt feelings.
Really?
What, are we supposed to care about this guy's toxic, wounded masculinity?
I wish brain cancer on you. I wish brain cancer on you. And your droopy dog eyes. Oh my God. Oh, like that has nothing. Oh, wow, I never seen someone extrapolate so much from so little. It's like that Cat Williams bit when he was talking about Kevin Federline. They can take nothing and turn it into something. That's what they're doing. They're taking nothing and turning it into something. Like, stop.
It's fucked. Look.
You're fucked. You wish you were anyway.
This isn't part of the war on Christmas. You
It
can
is.
keep Charlie Brown, keep eggnog, keep...
Yeah, we should. Yeah, you tell us what we can keep. You can tell us what we keep, sure. You seem like a good judge of what's right and wrong. You seem honest. You wouldn't totally like leave out parts of the song to just fit your narrative. You know, you wouldn't completely ignore an entire part of that scene where it's a female doing the same to a guy. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. So you seem like a good judge. Fuck you. Oh, what happened? Oh, there we go.
Santa Claus. We can even keep those ugly ass knit sweaters. They're kind of cute. But baby...
Yeah, but look at your sweat. Am I bugging out right now, or does she not have a vagina like diagram on her shirt. Am I wrong right now? Is it designed that way? Like she literally has that on her sweater. Yep. Am I bugging out right now? Like I see fallopian tubes and all this other shit. What? Oh boy. That might be just a coincidence. I don't know, but that looks like that on her sweater. I was just gonna say like, keep your ugly ass sweater, and this is like, oh, she has that on her sweater.
It's cold outside is one Christmas tradition we should leave exactly where it belongs, in the past.
And you should be left where you belong, in your mother's mouth and spit into a toilet, you dummy.
Ugh.
Also, why isn't the scene as racist? They got a Japanese guy playing a fucking Asian. A Japanese guy playing Asian. Holy shit! I mean, a Japanese guy playing a Hispanic dude. Because Ricardo Montalban is Hispanic, so. Emma Gray. Oh, Emma Gray, you are an atrocity. Will Took, you're also an atrocity. Christopher Knight, bro. They labeled the guy as is that the guy that was saying, oh, sign of the times? They labeled him as a bro. He's not a bro. He's the furthest thing from a man. He looks like he should be. He looks like he'd be the first person to get fucking ass raped in prison. Don't try to play with us. Akira Fukui. And Jamie Feldman. Oh my god. This is the thing I wanted to say though. SJWs like this, they don't know how to create or contribute. They know how to destroy. They take songs like this, they twist it up and to turn it into some like really horrible thing. Like they could take "We Will Rock You" from Queen and turn it into toxic masculinity. Yes, that song that was made by a gay man. They could turn it into a toxic masculinity. Think about that. They could take "Santa Claus Is Coming to Town" and turn it into a song about a child predator, a guy who watches kids when they sleep and watches them when they're awake, and watches their every move, knows how they're behaving. It turn into a child predator of some sort. They could do that. It may not make sense to you, but neither does this shit. It doesn't make sense at all. They could take anything and turn it into like something horrible. Take anything that's innocent, twist it up into something that's like really, really bad. Right? And the few SJWs that know how to create and know how to contribute to things, they end up destroying the thing they're contributing to or creating. You know, look at the comics, look at the movies, look at the fact that, and Mahler keeps bringing this up in his streams, his EFAP streams, that the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, before they even put pen to paper, they already announced pen to paper for one episode. They didn't even write an episode yet. They already announced that Buffy's gonna be black. Why? Right? You're forcing diversity right there. Like, why black? Why black? Why? First of all, why couldn't you use any of the other female vampire slayers that were in that show? There was literally like 12 of them bitches, and in the final season of that show, you could have used any of them and made a show around them. Danya Ramirez is like one of the only ones that was that's still acting. I think I don't know for sure. You could have brought her back with her own show about vampire slaying. There's also The Witcher. I'm not a big fan of the Witcher series. I don't play the games. I don't read the books. But the fact that they're taking this white character, turning her black to make a political statement, that's a problem. You're now destroying what you're contributing to. You're contributing to the Witcher series, and you're destroying that by doing things just to make a statement. Because if you do that, it's not gonna stop there. You know, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile eventually. It's like look at the comics, look at the films, look at the games. They do this all the time. You know, they create and contribute, but they eventually destroy that. And those that don't do it, they just destroy everything else. You know, and they're like children. They like just breaking other kids' toys. You know, kids are having fun with their toys, and here comes the little bratty piece of shit that breaks it all. You know, not to be a bully, but he's just a bratty piece of shit. Just breaks it all just because you know, fuck everything. You know, I can't have those toys, so you can't have them either. You know, it's like what are you doing? This is a level of reaching that I find astounding. I find it amazing that the level of reaching that goes on in this video. You're like grasping at straws at this point. I'm so glad this video got 3,000 dislikes. 2,000 dislikes, I think. It might be 3,000 now, since I've been sitting here. Oh. Go fuck yourself, HuffPost.